I got a random TikTok fan, so we're up here on YouTube. Like I said, I'm utilizing YouTube more frequently, anyways. So here we are. So today's topic was uh, Dale Carnegie's "How to Win Friends and Influence People." We're discussing the three C's and the three D's. So, in living your life and dealing with people, you want to avoid as best as possible um, complaining, criticizing, and condemning people. Um, Complaining, there's always a solution. Why complain? Find a solution. Um, Condemning, that's just wrong. You don't need to put somebody in a specific box and tell them that they're like something, calling them names and things of that nature. Never condemn. And then criticize. Unless you're a critic, don't criticize. Like, don't have anything negative to say in a sense. Stay on the positive note. If there's something that's bothering you, write it down and burn it. Write it down, throw it away. But ultimately, just don't put it on somebody else, because you don't know what their problems are, what they're going through. Um, your little act of criticizing them can hurt you just as much as it hurts them, with your credibility and your outlook of who you are. And then the three Ds. So, as human beings, we are self-preservating people. We're social. But our number one thing is to defend ourselves. So, one of the things you want to be cognizant of is defending yourself, denying a situation, and being deceitful. You don't want to fall into those traps of trying to defend yourself and then condemning someone by denying the truth or denying a situation, um, and being deceitful. You want to be graceful, and understanding, with open heart, open mind. So listen to what the problem might be or what somebody might be saying. Don't backlash and lash out at them. Take it in and take it as a learning moment. How can I improve? How can I do better? How can I prevent this from happening in the future? And when dealing with people, ask questions. You're like, oh, acknowledge the complaint. You're like, I am so sorry. I didn't realize I was doing that. Or, just acknowledge the complaint and move forward. Have a conversation. Build a rapport. Um, oh, apologize. Give me a second. I got a text. Weird thing about doing this with your phone. I I do have another phone just for that reason, and I don't have it with me. Trying to think where I put that phone. Hi, Suni. Is it Sunil? Hello, Sunil. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Yeah, messages help for review. Why do I have to review? This is irritating. Potentially inappropriate. Okay, then I just won't bother seeing those messages. Huh. Well, I guess people are. Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I apologize. I gotta respond to this text message really quickly. Da, da, da. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, so I have some comments here, but I can't even see them. I can't even see who sent them. Um, so I, it's, I can't answer your questions. I apologize. There's these comments down there, and I don't know what they are. But yeah. So welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For everybody new, I'm Gigi Sparkle, the Goddess of Happiness. I hail from the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Currently, I'm in Southern California. It's not very sunny right now. um, really gloomy and cold. But hola, hello, hi Sans, hi Vanch, Vanch, Vanch. I like hi. um, so I deal in positivity, self-help, personal growth, emotional intelligence, dealing with trauma, PTSD, or relational PTSD, and coping skills to deal with those, and also how to handle narcissists, toxic people, and bullies. Um, So I do a positivity show on TikTok every day, but I just got banned. So, and I don't know why I was banned. It's something about unaliving, and I'm like, that wasn't even the topic of, that wasn't even the topic. So I don't know where TikTok got that predication. But so we're here on YouTube because I prefer YouTube anyways, and I already have my channel up and running. Um, for those of you who are wondering, the answer is yes. My YouTube is more trans oriented, but that's not the topic of today. Today is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And we're discussing the 3 C's and the 3 D's and some topics of that nature and how you can be a better person by just taking the time, listening, and owning up to, taking responsibility for your actions, for your words, for the things that you've done or said. Those are things that people have a hard time doing. Hi, Sumit. I don't do politics, so I don't have any view on that. I don't pay attention to politics. It does not affect my life one way or another. I live my life because it's my life, no matter what anybody tries to say. So it has no effect on me. I really don't care. Politics hasn't affected me for the past 20... Wait. Try to get this math right. It hasn't affected me for the past 27 years. It's not going to affect me for the next 4 years. I'm okay. I don't care. But yeah, so things I don't deal with are, politics, religion. I do talk spirituality and a little bit about religion because I did study a lot of theology growing up. So it does come up at times, but I don't really discuss it. I don't do celebrities or current event kind of things. I don't really pay attention to those things because I have my own life to deal with and the things that I go through. And that's my focus, is me and living the best life I can and having people around me being lifted up and living their best life as well. So I'm all about everybody else, being a servant to my friends, being a servant to my community, being a servant to, again, the people around me to help improve people's lives. And I don't see television or politics actually doing that, so I don't care about it. I don't pay attention. So yeah, so I have no say on Trump, yay or nay. I don't care. He wrote a good book, and I love his book. The Midas Touch, an amazing book on teaching you how to balance business and how to create corporations. So yeah, if you want some educational knowledge, yeah, the Midas Touch. Hi, Rio. Thank you. Thank you. So, a lot of the new people here. Welcome, guys. Nice to meet you guys. I know I don't come live here at this time frame, but I do have my YouTube channel discussing various different topics on fitness, nutrition, mental health, and when adding in, I have a new goal for this year to help out in human trafficking and how to fight against that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of fundraisers or different organizations who help people who have been trafficked, or they also help prevent human trafficking. There are some hotlines available, and other than calling the police, because sometimes the police station isn't the best viable solution. But otherwise, how's everybody out there doing? Welcome guys. Nice to meet you guys. Got a lot of different people going on. So hello. I know the numbers go up and down. Like it started off with 0, then it went to 4, then it went to like 30 something, no 60, and then it dropped all the way down to 7, and now there's 5, 6. Now there's 6. Oh, other things. I don't understand slang and acronyms. So if you have a question, and it's always best to ask questions, ask, because it's better to know the answer than to assume and making the ASS of yourself. Knowledge and gaining information is the best way to grow and become a better person. So ask questions, but full sentences, please. Because I don't know slang or acronyms. So if it's not a full sentence, then I'm likely not going to be able to answer your question. If you have a question. So yeah, so never assume things like Fernando down here is assuming that, it's making assumptions. Do you know that I don't know Christ? You haven't a clue who I am. So, yeah, it's best again to know before assuming. But then again, so irregardless if I do or don't, religion is extremely fallible due to the fact that it creates segregation in people, and it creates hate and anger, how can a religion be good if it's creating hate and it's going against Christ's law of being a servant to man, serving your other fellow people, loving other people, not condemning them? So, like, if your Christian religion is telling you to condemn people, you should already rethink your religion. Because, yeah, if you truly want to be a person of God and read the Bible and a servant of Christ, you shouldn't be condemning anybody. That's God's job. It says so multiple times in the Old Testament and the New Testament. Maybe to go back and read Mark. Mark's a good example of Christ's teachings. Oh, I know that. Thank you, Fernando. I appreciate that. I do completely understand Christ loves me. He's God. God is love. I do know this already. Yes. Who doesn't like sin? Like, who does like sin? Like, seriously. That's why I live a humble life, giving and serving others and being a Christ-like human being, rather than condemning and shunning others for being different than me. I love everybody, so like, I have no issues with anyone. I do have issues with ignorance, but yeah, that's a different topic. Ignorance can be educated. It's just a matter of having an open mind to be educated. And trying to say that Jesus doesn't like sin is assuming you know what God is thinking, which you're not supposed to do, because the Bible states that. But just because Christ didn't like it, he didn't condemn it. He went to the sinners to save them. He didn't condemn them. Remember, Mary Magdalene was one of his closest disciples because he did not condemn her for her actions. He didn't say he hated sin. He reached out to the sinful people. He didn't reach out to the wealthy, or what was the statement was? Like, he didn't care about he didn't care about the people who are going to church regularly. He cared more about the people who, were having hardships, who are having disbeliefs and losing faith. He cared about those people the most. So currently, you're barking up the wrong tree. That's not how I pray. Yeah. Another thing you shouldn't do is tell people what to do. That's also a form of condemnation. And then, so this is a perfect example of what I was talking about with Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, focusing on the 3 C's. You do not criticize, you do not condemn, and you do not complain. Complaining always has a solution. Find the answer, find the solution, fix the problem, don't complain about it. Condemning, telling somebody that they're, just because they're different or have different views, that they're wrong, or condemning them to, in this situation, could possibly condemning them to hell. That's wrong. Like, that's not a proper way to treat people or influence people. And then, what was that? Criticize? Yeah, don't criticize somebody else's lifestyle or who they are. It's better to have an understanding and have a conversation rather than criticizing who they are or what they do. The 3 C's: how to win friends and influence people. The best way to... Mother Teresa was like amazing at this. Like, one of the best examples of living life through the 3 C's is Mother Teresa. Like, amazing. Didn't matter what their religious beliefs were, what their lifestyle was. She saw suffering and she went to help. She was a servant of people no matter who they were, and she didn't condemn them. She prayed for them, There's nothing wrong with praying for somebody, but she was there to help and not criticize, condemn, and complain. So that's the other issue too. Depending on your version of the Bible you're reading, some of those things aren't even mentioned in the Hebrew text. So homosexuals was not in the Hebrew text. Adulterers was. Um, fornicator was not in the Hebrew text. So adulterer, drunkards, and of course murderers was in the Hebrew text, but fornicators and homosexuality was not in the Hebrew text. So it's also a matter of where you're getting your text from. Because if you're just on the King James version of the Bible that was rewritten per what King James wanted, then you're already on the wrong Bible. Ah! You're falling down. What are you guys doing down there? Yep. And that's why, that's why he gives everybody the opportunity to enter the kingdom of heaven. Because he already knows everyone's a sinner. He created us. He created man. He knows all men are sinners. That's why we are automatically born not being able to enter into the kingdom of heaven. We have to earn that. And you know what? Honestly, sadly, I do apologize. This is the topics I don't talk about. I don't care about religious topics because, everyone thinks they're right, and because they have a misunderstanding of God and religion. One thing you want to think about if you want to believe in God is if God is all-knowing and all-seeing and all-good, then why does he put people through pain and suffering? Why did he burn the entire planet? Why did he flood the entire planet when he already knew people were going to do that? So, like, he deliberately set things in motion, already knowing what was going to happen, just so he could see it. That's malicious. That is malicious intent. That is not a loving God. So, yeah, I do not discuss religion. It's not my topics. My topics are positivity, self-help, personal growth. We are on the 3 C's of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Citrix, what's up? Love you. Nice to see you. Yeah, something's up with TikTok. I don't know what happened, so I was like, oh, I'll finish my live over here. Oh, we're having a great live, too. Like, the conversation was going really good. Had a lot of new followers and supporters. But, oh well. So I just moved the topic over here. So we're discussing the 3 C's. I don't know why YouTube's not showing me so many messages, and I don't know how to get them to be visible. So I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Like, you might get lost for some time. So yeah, I'm getting messages, but I don't know what they say, which is weird. I'm not used to that, because usually on TikTok it still shows me, and I can choose to unhide it or just delete it. But here I can't even see the message. So that's something new that I got to get used to, I guess. Oh, so you're about to lose YouTube in Russia? That sucks. Well, man, I don't want to keep jumping around from like platform to platform. Like, I really love YouTube. Um, and YouTube's generally my main one for showing my transition and sharing the things that I've gone through to get to the point where I'm at now. But and then usually I just use TikTok for just all the positivity talks. The VPN does work at least. That's nice and okay. At least there's a little bonus in that. So is it just like YouTube, or did they ban all of Google? That'll be so interesting because YouTube's a Google product. So if you're gonna ban YouTube, why not shut down the rest of Google too? It's like so interesting. It's chilly outside and I got 10 more minutes of live to do. That seems very similar to our TikTok's debacle here in the US. It actually did get banned for 12 hours and then it came back up, but it's still on the chopping block for the United States, and VPNs will not work because the whole servers will be gone, and if we go to another server, it's not even a matter of the servers, it's a matter of the devices not allowing it to work as well. So like it's like complete lockout. It's gonna suck. It's cold. Alright. I need more minutes. I'll just cut it short. I gotta go back to TikTok and see what's going on with their stupid ban. I got Banana talking about being better people. And talking about no, I talked about here. I didn't talk about that over there. Shoot. So we're going over the Dale Carnegie book, and I don't know what happened. But per my usual, I made a new best friend. I make friends everywhere. Yay, friends, 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 friends. Okay. Thing gets closer. Oh, some more chat. Whoa. You're falling. Oh, crap. I almost forgot. Gotta order my tripod. So, thanks for somewhat reminding me by me having to pick up the phone. Oh, yeah, get it? Got it. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it short. There's not really a lot of viewership. I appreciate all the 6 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for participating in the chat. Love you, Citrix, so very much. I missed you. So you don't come on during the daytime that much anymore? Or I guess evening time for you? Aww. Do a 45-minute nap. Power nap. 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Just don't pass 45 or else you won't wake up. But it'll allow your brain to get refreshed. Aw, you're a sweetheart. I know. I'd like to stay longer, but like I said, the YouTube viewership's a little harder than TikTok's viewership algorithm. Like their FYP doesn't work quite the same. I don't, and I guess that's what the U.S. government's complaining about. It's their algorithm, but their algorithm's amazing. It gets people to view your channel, your show. It's a great system. Like if I try to do a live here every day, it's gonna take a while to build it up. It's gonna take a while. And I understand starting from scratch, but at the same time, I don't want to. Like, I like to make the videos for YouTube, not necessarily the lives. Hi, Jay. How you doing, Jay? Welcome, welcome, Jay. I'm Gigi Sparkle, the goddess of happiness from the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, currently in the gloomy, cloudy Southern California. But I deal in positivity, self-help, personal growth, mental health, coping skills, dealing with narcissists and negative Nancys. So how are you doing today, Jay? Right? It has to be a little different format for YouTube. I don't know. If I really put it work into it, I could figure it out. Hello, Jay. So how are you doing today, Jay? What's on your mind today? What state are you from? Stay up. Stay. Stay put. Oh, see, I can't see the bottom chat. Can't see the bottom of the chat. That's not even a state. That's a whole country. Awesome. I gotta remember this. That is a plus side, I guess, with YouTube. It's more broad. It's not just your country. That is a bonus. Welcome, Ireland. Hello, hello. Because on TikTok, I get a lot of Americans and rarely like Siberia, um, Ireland, England. I really get, yeah, I really get other countries. The only other countries I generally get is Nigeria and Ethiopia, which really astounds me because I'm illegal in those two countries. Yes, so take a timer too. Put a timer in. I'll put a timer in. Be sure to have your alarm set so you don't fall asleep. Remember, it's just to rest your eyes and rest your brain. It's not really sleeping. I find good ways to keep in that mellow state of sleep is playing music, and then of course the alarm systems, like being sure you wake up. And sleeping on your back. I don't know why that works for me so well, but if I sleep on my back, like I'll just be able to just mellowly sleep. I don't understand it. How's the weather? Wait, Ireland. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay. How's your evening, Jay? How's your evening going? Oh, this is like some. That's a, that's that's a unique color going on here. Man, I didn't even dye it this color. What the heck? Like, it's so weird. Like, that's weird. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Message retracted. Okay, wait for the new message. Waiting. Thank you, Jay. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. No, I really do love my hair. Like, it's so funny because it has this two-tone blend thing going on. And originally I wanted it, I would always dye it to keep it this color. But I haven't dyed it in like 8 months. And it keeps staying light towards the roots. Like, I don't understand how this much color is still here. Because this much is new growth. Like, all of this is all brand new growth from the past 8 months. So I don't understand, or this is new growth, I'm saying, I'm sorry. So I don't know how this turns into this and then goes to this. Like, it's tripping me out right now. It's tripping me out. How, like, yeah, how it's blending, because it shouldn't blend. Should not be doing that at all. It's like really trips me out. Look, I found a white hair. There's like two of them right there, huh? No, sorry, I can try to see this. I can't read the lower chat. Yeah, it's so cute. Okay. Da, da, da. Enjoy your eyelid television shows. Somebody, what did he say? Somebody told me something so silly. But yeah, get some rest. Get some rest. I don't know if I'll be talking for 45 minutes though. Sorry, Citrix. You're really probably gonna have to play something else for your background noise. So, all right, I appreciate all the people who've come on. Thank you so much, Jay, for joining me. If you want to continue conversation, feel free to ask questions, and we can keep the conversation going. Otherwise, that's my show. I'm done. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. So, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Gigi Sparkle, the goddess of happiness from the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, where I focus on positivity talks and being a better human being. We'll catch you guys next time, every day at noon. Um, Generally on TikTok, we might switch over to YouTube. We shall see. Today's topic was going over the 3 C's in Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. So, things to live your life by. I used to have this post, or I do have this posted on the front door, the back door, the refrigerator, on each one of my kids' doors, and on my door. So you're constantly reminded, do not complain, do not criticize, and do not condemn. Live life in a more positive outlook way, ask questions, and get those answers. Yeah, be a better, kinder person. All right, so when I was a kid, what? I'm sure there's the J. What's the rest of that sentence, that question? Or what was the precursor to that question? I'm missing something. I'm sorry, Jay. So I got when I was a kid. So if we're on the transgender topic, when I was a kid, I knew since I was 4 years old, and something that there's an event that happened when I was 4 that apparently never ever happened. Not that it never happened, but that the person that I was my best friend that I played with never existed. So I remember in Japan when I was 4 years old, I had a neighbor. My dad was in the Air Force. This is on base. So little, 4-year-old, 5-year-old white Caucasian female. And she was my best friend. We played everything together. And then when I asked my mom, like a couple of 2 months ago, I asked her about this. I was like, "Oh yeah, in Japan, who was that friend I used to always play with?" And she's like, "What friend? You didn't have any friends." I'm all, whenever I played outside, the blonde girl, the neighbor, and she's like, "We didn't talk to any of the neighbors." I was that was a huge eye opener to the fact that I not only, I guess, made up a friend, but the fact that I projected what I felt as a female onto as another person, and that's how I like completely, literally, like know that yeah, I was always female since 4 years old. CBC. What's CBC? I do not know what that is. So I apologize. I don't really watch TV. So I watch some YouTube stuff, but I don't know what CBC is or Pop Max is. I've never seen those. I don't know what those are. Yeah, I'm horrible with current TV shows or pop culture. Yeah, horrible. That's it. I'm horrible with pop culture. I don't do pop culture. I don't do reality TV. I don't do politics. I don't do religion. I don't do. I do me. I live my life the best I can, and I like to share my experiences with others to help them possibly understand how to be a better person and be a better human being. when I was a kid, CBBC. It's okay. I'm really working on my brain here. I'm so sorry. And I don't know acronyms very good either. I, I'm really trying to figure out what kind of acronym CBBC would be. It's not you, it's totally me. Like, I keep myself very naive on certain things and topics because I don't need it taking up space in my brain, in a sense. You know, the brain, it's a storage space and it only holds so much information. So I usually fill that with um, personal health, personal health even, and and like the laws of attraction, positivity type stuff. I am in the United States, West Coast, California currently. Other countries, I've only been to Japan, Italy, and Australia. Those are the only other countries I've been to. A children's program? Um, I don't know. Like, I went to preschool in Japan, so like their preschool system was very strict. And then in America, had first grade all the way through to college. Um, so I didn't watch children's programs. My shows growing up were Godzilla and similar to the Power Rangers Sentai series shows, but they are the ones from the 70s, so before the Super Sentai series. Manzinger Z was a huge show that I used to watch. Sailor Moon was huge for me. Like we didn't have children's programs when I was growing up, so yeah, I had none of those. So preschool in Japan, kindergarten in Japan. So I graduated preschool and kindergarten in Japan, and then in the United States, I was an extreme introvert, and when I came to the States, I didn't talk to people, which is also kind of, I guess, proof that I didn't have a friend in Japan, um, because I had to go to therapy every week. In elementary school, I had to see a therapist to help me open up and talk and be an interactive student with other kids and with, but you know, I wouldn't converse with people because I felt off. I felt wrong. Like I didn't feel like I fit in because the boys wanted to do boy things and the girls wanted to do girl things, and I didn't like the boy things. That was icky and stupid, and thought that was really immature, even at 5 years old. And I wanted to do the girl things, but it's inappropriate for me to be playing with the girls. So I was like, yeah, I didn't want to talk to anybody. Um, so it took 5 years of therapy, um, from first grade to fifth grade, when they finally said I don't need to continue therapy anymore in school, to open up enough and make friends and connect with people. Yeah, I had no children programs. It was like I said, in Japan it was Godzilla, Manzinger Z, um, Ultraman, Sailor Moon, and then in the United States it was Voltron, Silverhawks, Sailor Moon, um, and then we finally got the Disney stuff, getting into Ducktales and um, Tailspin and Gummy Bears and Smurfs. We didn't have children's shows. Those didn't start popping up until the late 80s and then into the 90s. But by then I was watching, Batman the Animated Series. uh, but for own personality and my transitioning, I had no outside influences. Like, I had zero outside influences. Even when I started my transition, I did not know what it was to be a transgender person. I had no clue what that was. I found out 6 months after I started transitioning that it was a thing. Roughly 6 months, roughly. Not exactly, but roughly 6 months after. Am I missing any questions? Okay. But it's like, I love how people try to say it's the food or um, how you were raised or uh, um, outside influences. Well, I had no way for outside influences. Definitely not the food, because when I was an infant, it was Japanese food, and their food is considered better than American food. Um, and they're extremely strict on gender laws and rules. Like, yeah, the Japanese are extremely strict on gender. Um, um, then in the States, I didn't really talk to people when I was. I saw your message. You're okay, Jay. You moved to the UK when you were born? Nice. UK is a safe place to be. It's a good country, good people. Um, I like I said, I didn't really talk to many people. By third grade, I had one friend. So I was like 7 years old, right? 7? I think so. Third grade, 7. I think that's right. I think that's about right. And he was an Episcopalian Catholic, so every Sunday I'd be at church with him. So like, there's no outside influence that made me transgender. Like, this is who I am. I've always been this way. I just had to mask it and wear a mask to fit into society's understanding of people. Um, so we got Lenny. Do you think it's fair for a girl to play against boys that are stronger than them? So if we're talking girls and boys, girls are generally stronger than boys. Um, and in elementary school and junior high, I played with girls quite regularly, and yeah, they were definitely stronger than boys. Um, they ran faster. It wasn't till sixth grade when I was able to catch up and run as fast as some of the girls. Um, and yeah, we played sports together. We played basketball together, played soccer together. Um, we did running together, handball together. So yeah, like girls and boys, when you're talking about that age for um, people, like, again, girls are stronger than boys up till puberty, and when things start to shift. And during that shift, if they're on the puberty blockers, then they're still weaker than girls going into puberty or going into their teen years. So they're very on level ground for playing basketball, wrestling. Um, what other sports would we be talking about? Like, I don't even know basketball, softball, I guess too would be one of the sports that would be in there. So misconception or misunderstanding rather um, about um, transitioning, men transitioning, and then going into sports. Um, so what you guys aren't understanding is that the human body is changing. The muscles are, um, we get less muscle mass. The muscle mass is going down. Our metabolism is different, and our brain is rewiring in a sense. But the key point is strength, right? You want to talk about strength. So I um, was a personal trainer all my life, all my life. Um, Before my transition, I could bench press 200 pounds, no problem. Well, little problem. It's a press. It's hard, so I could do 200. Um, right now, I don't even think I could do 150 right now. Um, like my muscle mass is, I can't even open a jar of freaking pickles anymore. Oh my gosh, you're totally missing the fact that, yeah, my muscle mass is not the same as a guy's muscle mass. It's less. It's along the lines as the same as a woman's muscle mass. Um, my muscle density is along the lines the same as a woman's density. My skin is not as thick as a male's skin anymore. It's thinner. Like I easily get scratches and bruises now because my skin is not as thick as it used to be as a male, as being a female, on the women's side of things. These are all these little key factors that nobody talks about or knows about when they're complaining about men and women's sports. What they have to realize that, so yes, there are men trying to take advantage of sports and take advantage of women and diminishing their ability to play sports on an equal playing ground. Yes, that has definitely happened in that water sports, the swimming guy. Like, he wasn't transgender. He just wanted to stop losing, and he's just a coward. No, he literally was a full-on coward. No, I agree with that one 100%. He should not be in any sports, period, anymore. He should be banned from all sports because that was definitely an illegal like tactic to take advantage of his inability to become a better swimmer. Like, no, that's all on him. Um, he is not transgender in any way, shape, or form. He is definitely faking it and full of shit. I completely agree with that one. Um, but overall, in general, um, men who have been in transition over 2 years, their body has deteriorated enough and changed enough where it's very similar to a woman's, and a woman athlete will outperform a trans woman athlete because um, how the muscles react to exercise now. Um, we don't build muscle as easily as women do going through transition. It's harder to maintain our muscle mass and our muscle tone um, going back into exercising unless you start doing less estrogen and, of course, being outside the balance of, yeah, so there's a fine line there. There's an extreme fine line. Um, but for a true transitioning person, like in elementary school, junior high, high school, um, there's basically no real competition. Like, it's even ground. It is such even ground. Um, it's just when you go into the fact that if they're transitioning and they're not doing any hormone blockers or taking any new hormones, then it is an unfair advantage, and that yeah, I do not agree with unfair advantages. Like, if they've been through transition and through the hormones and through the changes for the past 2 years, then it's fairly closer to a fair advantage or a fair competition. And I see it as a way to help women's sports elevate themselves to become better athletes as overall, because it's adding new challenges to make them push themselves harder. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's completely awesome. Because I think there should be a little bit more co-ed sports, not the hard ones or the rough ones, but like, baseball. Why the heck do we have softball? It should just be baseball for all genders. Like, that's a gender neutral sport. Come on. Um, Quite possibly basketball when they watch some of the roughness on it, like being more strict on the rules in basketball could work out as a co-ed sport. Um, what else? Like, soccer's a hard one because there's a lot of running, and generally, like you're saying, like men in general can run faster, but women are getting fairly close too. So it's close to even ground. I don't know. Like, I really can't say because I don't really do sports medicine. More along the lines of just general fitness. I never really did sports medicine. Yeah, what's wrong with women doing better? What's wrong with improving your game? Like, I think that's amazing. Like, that's what men focus on doing all the time. Women bodybuilders are constantly focused on being better and stronger. And a lot of the bodybuilders, they have competitions that are co-ed because, they're not looking for necessary strength. They're looking for the muscle tonation. But, bottom line facts of it is if they're genuinely transitioning, then it's not an advantage in sports. It's actually a disadvantage for the transitioner because, like I said, like their bodies do not adapt to endurance and keeping muscle mass the same way as a natural born female's muscle mass sustains itself. That's a good question, Jay. Give me a second to try to think this one through because I have issues with this too. So give me a moment because, like, okay, so I had to think about how I talk to women because I'm more lesbian than anything. Um, so, bottom line is bold and honest. Um, Gotta be bold and honest. So, if there's somebody you're attracted to, it's better for you to get it off your chest and let somebody know than to constantly wonder and worry. So, yeah, take the step, suck it up and just go up to them and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I saw you, I really like your eyes. Like, your eyes are extremely stunning. Um, so I just had to let you know, like, I find you very attractive. And then it either goes into, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a boyfriend, or I'm not really interested. I'm not really looking, or wow, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and then it goes into a conversation, and you're starting to talk and getting to know one another. But always start off with a compliment. Um, what was the reason why you like this person? So let them know that. Bring it as the front forward, like, purpose to start the conversation. So you like their hair, you like their clothes that they're wearing, you like their personality. You've known them for a while, so you like their personality. You've been friends for 5 years, and you feel like we've really started to build a connection. I would like to move past the friendship zone. Like, be honest, be open, be forward. It's better to know that you're stuck in the friend zone, or so there's a possibility that something can go forward from there. Something more can happen. It's okay. Scary, nerve wracking, but it's okay. You'll survive in the end. It's okay. And don't let the no hurt you. Don't let their non reciprocation of your feelings and emotions hurt you. Don't allow that. You gotta be strong in yourself to not let other people's, you know, it's their choice. Like, they have different likes, they have different um, things that they see that they want in a person. So it's okay if they're not into you. Don't let that affect you. You gotta remember, not everybody's gonna be into you. It's okay. Their problem, not yours. So never put it upon yourself. Okay? Ah! Bubbles, it's time for me to eat breakfast. My stomach's ready. Stomach's ready for food. Whew. Oh my gosh, so Steve, speaking of like the muscular dystrophy and like being weaker, um, yeah, I used to be able to do, 20 push-ups straight, easy, no problem. I struggle with 5. I can get to 10. I cannot get to 20. And I was like, my peak, I was able to do 100 push-ups in one go. 100 push-ups in 60 seconds. That was when I was in the army, though. So then after that, my regular was 60. One push-up per second was like my steady average. Um, I can't even do 30 now. It is so hard to do 30. uh, it's so hard. Um, uh, Thank you, Lenny, for asking questions. I appreciate you for asking questions and not just assuming and having a conversation with me about the topics that you brought up. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't really work. I have my own fitness. I have my fitness company where I help people, reach their fitness goals and nutrition goals. And then I do TikTok, YouTube, and stereotypical adult stuff for money. And then I also have sponsors. I have sponsors that I get paid through as well. And I live extremely humbly. I only keep enough money for going out twice a week. And then the rest of the money I give away to charities and I donate it. And and then money for bills. Money for bills, generally enough for like 2 weeks of going out and hanging out and getting outside because I don't like being stuck indoors. And then, like I said, yeah, and the rest of it I'll donate until I have, $1, $0, until the next sponsor payment comes in. Yeah, I don't do the 9 to 5. Oh man, it's just broken. Volunteer slavery, enslavement, voluntary enslavement. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't do that. I do work for myself, building my own brand right now of positivity with Gigi Sparkle. So right now I'm working on my positivity brand right now. But before that is all focused on fitness and nutrition. And I've been doing that for over 25 years. Certified personal trainer and aerobics instructor for over 20. Oh, personal trainer is 25. Aerobics instructor is 20. And then nutritionist for the past 7 years. Oh my gosh, the frizz. I used to have stuff to be able to stop the frizz. Right now, I can't stop it. Like, I'm having no luck stopping it. It is just out of control. Frizzies used to work. It doesn't work right now. Coconut oil makes it too stiff. But coconut oil is great if you really want to have a hold, kind of like a gel. So when it's cool, it'll hold. When it's warm, you'll get this nice bounce and shine if you use coconut oil, and it does stop the frizz. You just have to deal with smelling like coconuts. But yeah, that's some of my secrets is I'll just use coconut oil or a conditioner in general. Leaving in just natural, real, regular conditioner also helps to stop the frizz. So like I'll wash my hair, put in conditioner, rinse it out. I'll put a little bit more conditioner in, dry my hair, and brush out, and then that's usually how I leave it. Oh, no, it's very frizzy right now. But this is a coconut shea butter. I think it's tea tree oil like blend. Um, I'll go grab it. I'll be right back. Hold. I'll be right back. I'll show you the product list that I have. Hold. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Thank you for your patience. Really appreciate you guys. If you didn't hang out and stay, I understand. But here it is. The stuff Thank you so much for your patience. Okay, so this is Shea Moisture. I got it at Target. It's coconut, hibiscus, silk protein, neem oil, tea tree oil, and shea butter. Yeah, this over here. All backwards and illegible, illegible, unlegible. Sometimes my brain doesn't work. But yeah, this is I don't use it every day. I usually use it like once a week. But yeah, so it's got the coconut oil, the silk proteins, neem oil, and no parabens, no mineral oils, just natural ingredients. I love this stuff. It's got water, cocoa, fruit juice, glycerin, which is vegetable oil, salicylic acid, which is again that's the part of shea butter. Yeah, buy it. It works. It does a good job. This does a really good job. My friend puts it in a spray bottle, like a little bit of it in water, and you just shake it up and spray it into your hair, and you can comb it through your hair. I just scoop it up, palm of the hand, rub it through, and when my hair is wet, I'll just run it through my hair, bottom, top, and then I just let my hair do its thing. Shake, shake, shake. It does its own thing. I stopped trying to control it. I tried for 40 years to control this, and yeah, there's no controlling it. And I like it. It looks good on its own, uncontrolled. Oh, you got some too? Right on. Of course. I love sharing information and helping people. It's always good. Yeah. I found that to be like my biggest calling in life is helping people. After my divorce, I stepped away from the fitness industry and was completely lost and just didn't care to do anything. And so that's when I was saving to buy a house for the family. And so I didn't want the ex to get any of that money, so I donated $10,000 to charity. And that's where I was just like, you know what? F it. I don't need it. I don't need any money. And yeah, gave $10,000 to a charity, and just downsized from the 4-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom apartment, and almost put myself into a bottle, but I did a good job of not doing that. Go ahead, question. Go ahead, Jay. So yeah, so back on that, yeah, Shea Moisture at Target. Ow, it's my knee. I don't date. I do not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I do not date. My ex really messed me up. I'm still healing from living with a narcissist, toxic, controlling, manipulating person. So I can't trust myself to get into a relationship and not put myself in that same situation again. I still need healing time. So I don't do relationships. I don't date. Like, I'll hang out with people. I'll always say yes to dinner or a drink. But I will never have a relationship with anybody. Not right now. It's only been 3 years, 4 years. I still have a lot of healing to do still. I was married for 15 years. They say half of that time is time that you need to heal for most people to heal. So yeah, I still have 4 years to go before on possibly doing better and respect myself enough to not let people manipulate me like that. And that's why I try to educate people how to see signs of a narcissist, how to see when you're being coerced into things, and how to protect yourself from those types of situations. Thank you, Jay. No, I'm doing good. I appreciate that, Jay. Though I really do appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna call it. I've been here for an hour, and I gotta pee, and I'm hungry. So I appreciate you guys for joining me here. Usually I'm on TikTok, GG Sparkle LV, LUV. Sorry, GG Sparkle Love. But I also have here on YouTube as well, GG Sparkle _ Love, LUV. So yeah, so you can find a lot of my content, positivity, self-help, personal growth, and my personal journey on my transition and where I'm at, where I'm going, where I came from. Like, it's all on YouTube. My TikTok is only for self-help, personal growth type stuff. I don't talk about transition or transgender at all on TikTok. I try to avoid that as much as possible. People bring it up, and I tend to just sidestep the question. Here, I'm more open about discussing it, and more open about sharing my thoughts, views, and my experiences. So thank you guys so very much for joining me. Remember, guys, keep that smile on your face. Give somebody a compliment out there, anybody a compliment. Tell people you love them. Don't forget to hug your loved ones and tell them, I love you. You never know what's happening, what's going on the next day, the day before, what's even going on with them. Like, that I love you can change their day. So get out there. Love you guys so very much. Thank you once again for joining me. I'm GG Sparkle, the goddess of happiness from the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm sparking out. Bye. Congratulations. Well, don't stress on finding a husband. Just focus on you and living the best life you can make for yourself. Okay. Bye. Love you guys.